of Chainsaw Man. Oh no! I just paused the stream on Twitch for some reason. There we go. Actually, are working. We're working absolutely fine. So yes, my headphones somewhere now. I actually have returned to cover chapters 53 and 54 of Chainsaw Man. Sorry for my pseudo absence away from this series. Is because for some reason last week I got hit by a viral infection. I think I don't even know what it was, to be honest. Just I have no idea what happened last week. But I was ill. That's why I wasn't here. And yeah, in my absence, they actually changed the timings for Chainsaw Man completely. So now it used to come out 8 PM my time. I was like, bro, bit late, but cool nonetheless. And that's actually 3 PM, I think, on a Sunday. So it's actually kind of my time, basically. So actually it's kind of freaking cool. We actually get it a little bit earlier now. So actually can cover it on a Sunday more than a Monday now, because it's not so late. But yeah, I mean, boy howdy, when we left off last time, so much actually happened. I mean, Makima pretty much KO'd Reze, which was kind of not nice. We lost Best Girl. Because we know that there is actually a Best Girl war going on in this show, and Makima actually really wants to win it. So that's going on. Denji's just like, bruh, the whole entire time. And yeah, we're getting to the next arc now, which is going to probably open up a lot more questions than we're ever getting answers to, because that is Chainsaw Man, basically. But I wouldn't have it any other way, as they say. It wouldn't be Chainsaw Man if I don't leave about 10 times more confused than I did beforehand. I'm still wondering whether or not they're actually dead. So it's actually gone live, so gone live for chapters 53 and 54 of Chainsaw Man. And with that, I believe we actually are good to go. I certainly are. And yeah, we're good to go. So let's actually begin chapter 53, which actually is called In a Dream. Don't open it. These are actually kind of getting closer to what the goddamn name hell is a door in this manga as well, because there's still a lingering question that's kind of very much alluding to the whole entire time. I guess it does make sense because there is probably some massive theory behind what it actually is, but still, because it was teased when Maki was mentioning about it, and then it cuts the door. That's a good question. Are we getting closer to the actual finding out what's inside the door? Good question. I don't know. Probably not. Meowie? I had another crappy dream. Meowie, you traitor. Not only did you sleep with Denji while I was gone, you sleep with him even now that I'm back. Unfaithfulness is one of humanity's most foolish traits. Man, I actually have goddamn missed power, to be honest. Coffee. Reminds me of Reze. My heart was stolen away by Reze. I might never feel joy or sadness again for the rest of my life. Since I've been busy for a while, I'm going to take some paid time off and visit Enoshima. Do you three want to go with me? Woohoo! God, my throat's still dying. Woohoo! We'll go. I have an urgent meeting that day. We still haven't chosen a day power. I'll work with your schedules. Let me know what day you can take off. I haven't used any of my PTO, so any time works for me. Oh man, a trip with Makima. It's like a dream come true. Denji's the most inconsistent character in manga. He's like, 1 minute he's like, I will feel nothing, and he's just like, boy, we're going on a trip. I was like, bro, what is it? Who are you? This is gonna go on my list of the top 10 reasons I'm glad to be alive. Oh. What's the ruckus? We have a problem. Is he an enemy or an ally? The terror of the Chainsaw Devil. A Chainsaw Devil wearing the uniform of Public Safety Devil Hunter personnel is buzzing through devils that appear in town. We have testimonies that this devil has protected women, but we've also heard from a man whose own car was thrown with him still inside. I mean, imposing media restrictions via public safety, but it failed this time. It looks like the damage was so great that we couldn't stop the TV networks. It's Denji fighting on a train. Bring on TV feels good, doesn't it? So that little bomb fulfilled her task. Huh? Because of this news report, the whole world knows Denji is in Japan. America and China will both want him, I'm sure. Those like Denji who aren't devils or fiends are incredibly valuable. Bomb was a Soviet assassin, right? Why would they deliberately increase their competition? They probably don't care who has their hands on Denji as long as it's not me. So we're going to Inoshima, huh? What is on that island? As a matter of fact, my summer home is on Inoshima. Yeah, I did yesterday. I've already read it. It's on YouTube at the moment. Don't worry about it. It's who knows if YouTube even tells anyone to actually upload anymore at this point. Who knows? I don't. Denji, the trip is postponed. Huh? According Kusakabe and Tamaoki from Miyagi Public Safety Devil Examination Division 2, and Subaru from Kyoto Public Safety Devil Examination Division 1. Understood. Also hire Hirofumi Yoshida from the civilian sector for 1 month. Understood. The trip's postponed? Woohoo! Denji. In the days ahead, assassins from countries all over the world will become to kill you. Consider yourself without freedom for the foreseeable future. It's basically goddamn no more heroes, boys. I can see everyone say it's basically no more heroes at this point. More distractions keep cropping up, but we'll be fighting the Gun Devil next year. Aki, I'm putting you on Operation 2. So try not to die during this trouble. We need everyone's strength to kill the Gun Devil. You probably know this, but the devils don't die in a truest sense. Even if they die and turn to ash, as long as people fear their name, they'll come back to life in another form. Only they don't revive into this world. They come back in hell. And then I don't know if this is true or false. Devils who die in hell apparently come to this world. Devils have an endless cycle of death and rebirth. You don't know, but you're a devil. You don't remember hell? Do you remember your mother's womb? Good question. That's a good retort. So what are you getting at? Don't share the information I'm about to tell you with anyone. I asked the other special division devils, and none of them remember hell. Only they do remember the last sound they heard before dying in hell. A sound. A sound. The strange thing is, everyone in the special division remembers the same sound. What kind of sound? I started Chainsaw's engine during that battle. The broom's sound he made, it was the same sound as that. Bro! What? Got a gig from the feds. It isn't a devil hunter job this time. We'll probably be hunting a person. People hunting? Aren't we hunting Are we hunting hotties? There we go. Japan is all about the women, am I right? Big brothers, you're all about the women in any country. Big brothers, you're all about the women in any country we visit. We kill this sort of man and bring him back to America, and they'll pay us $2 million. $2 mil? You sure you counted that counts the zeros right? It's a dangerous job. We'll probably have to snatch him from public safety and police protection. The public can't find out we exist either. There's a chance we could die. We should turn this job. We should turn this job down. A chance we could die. Us brothers, we don't die. Can you imagine the moment of my death? What about this idiot? And you? Can you imagine your own death? But Chicho actually is saying then. Interesting. This whole entire thing's gone more interesting. The gun devil leveled our entire house and we didn't die, even though Mum and Dad and Grandma all died. Even when we get swallowed by a devil, even when our place was on fire, even when all three of us got food poisoning, we didn't die. We're immortal. Oh shit! Oh shit! That's 53. It's actually on to 54. The most current chapter, I believe, now? Nope. Pastor Bros. Oh man. Jesus Christ. It's just it's basically just like, it's like No More Heroes minus the whole entire, like, you might get something at the end of this whole entire thing, I guess. It's basically No More Heroes, but minus, like, the enjoyment of, like, doing everything, because now you actually fear every single 5 seconds. So, 54, to go to Enoshima. Master, what's the point of this fox hunt? Tolka, do you feel like you took a life? Like I took a life? No, I only feel the vibration from this bowstring. I see. Tolka, do you feel like you took a life? I used to skin pelts back home, so no, not especially. Tolka, do you feel like you took the foxes? No. I see. Tolka, this current job isn't a devil hunter job. It's to kill this 16-year-old boy. Well, sure, I can do that. Tolka, we're about to do what we did to this fox, the 16-year-old boy. You got a good point there, actually. Oh man. The thing just cut out. Oh man, it has got massive Fire Punch vibes now. Start bringing back those vibes. Those aren't good vibes. Those are very bad vibes. Those are bad vibe checks. Kill him, carve out his heart, make that our job, our livelihood. Master, I can kill. The powers that made me, the powers that be made a promise. Once this next job is over, you can stop being a devil hunter. You only have half a year left to live. I want you to live the rest of your life in peace. Tolka. Oh. Before I forget, I actually can't pronounce. I gotta leave that on the screen for like 10 seconds, but I get the correct pronunciation of Oh well, okay. So Google. It's a bad point to stop at. Where's my headphones? Twin C? Twin C? Oh. Oh, so it's Quan Shi. Okay, thanks. My pronunciation sometimes is terrible. That's why I don't wanna just say mispronounce the name completely. That's why I thought might as well get the correct pronunciation before I start. Ugh. Right. Anyway, let's continue. Before I stop on this and Twitch bans me. So, Quan Shi, that was so good. Halloween. Is that a goddamn reference to a really old? Her head reminds me of a really old Japanese movie. I can't remember the name of it. It was a well, it's not really old. It's about 2008, I think. But you got a job. Go to Japan and capture this saw man. What's my reward? This will be your most dangerous job so far. The general says we'll grant you any request to the best of our ability. Ladies, tell me what you want. Awesome. Donuts? I want 100. Oh, donuts. I want 100 donuts. blood. Halloween. It's always the one. It's always the one that just goes, I want some donuts. And then just blood afterwards. Give my girls human rights and basic education. We'll look into it. If you succeed. I hear Quan Chi will be coming from China as an assassin. To be honest, if I actually kind of got like, if I got rewarded, I'd be like, yeah, donuts. That'll do me good. That'll do me good. In all likelihood, her fiend companions will come with her. How shall we intercept them? I'm none too keen to approach that one. If the entirety of humanity came together and held a bare-knuckle fighting tournament, Quan Chi would take first place. At any rate, she'll be tricky. I doubt she'll be the only big name paying us a visit either. It's no use taking precautions against Quan Chi. The one we need to watch out for is Germany's Santa Claus. This is basically No More Heroes. Do you think he'll come? I couldn't say. There are rumors he died of old age, but if he uses devils on us, it's all over. Guess we should pray he's been called to the pearly gates. At least the main thing is Santa's alive. Christmas has come a little early. Who's getting the present? The chainsaw devil who has Japan abuzz. Can you find him? What's the reward? What do you want? I want to adopt 4 good-looking children. Their gender doesn't matter. For what purpose? Free to use for contract. Free to use for contracts. 1 for pleasure. I'll arrange it. Why does everyone want my heart? Just who is Pachita to begin with? Why? Why don't I get to go on a trip with Makima? I'm not your seat, dude. It's not like you'll have assassins after you for the rest of your life. If we deal with every assassin who comes for you this time, the other side will start to play the waiting game too. And then we can go on the trip. Makima never said the trip was cancelled. It's only postponed. What? That's all? That's easy then. So if I just kill them all, it's Enoshima. Here we come, huh? He knows how to play Denji. That's the problem. He knows full well how to play Denji. It's kind of interesting, actually. What do you think about it? Indeed, oh no, Santa. Indeed. But he knows how to play Denji because, in a way, this whole entire time, Denji's actually had like one trick to actually kind of get him on your side. Essentially, I guess Aki knows it. Aki knows it's like, by the way, she didn't ever say the trip was cancelled. It's just postponed. Just get rid of them, and then you can go on the trip. It's actually one of those things that it's kind of scary because he's easily manipulated in a way when you think about it as a character. He thinks for himself, but at the same time it's one of those things that yeah, essentially, like, it's No More Heroes and Santa Claus is evil, and also they're gonna lose if he actually comes near them, and indeed Pachita actually is Satan at this point as well. Actually, is kind of interesting. Because the other thing is as well that actually is kind of like a very interesting yeah. The other thing that's actually quite interesting is the fact that that devils don't die as well, technically speaking. If they get sent to hell, and they get sent to hell, they then die. Then they get sent back up. So technically speaking, isn't it kind of leads into the whole entire idea that their entire mission itself is futile. Like, in essence, the whole thing with them taking down the gun devil is basically pointless because technically speaking, he can come back any point. The most fearsome person can in theory come back because it's one of those things that I don't think any of them will ever forget him. Plus, then, on top of the whole entire thing is, he actually probably can in theory come back. So that's actually kind of like, it paints this whole entire, like, losing game in the way. Because it's kind of one of those things that Aki knows that it's just like, well, this is kind of pointless when you think about it. But it's one of those things that it's kind of like, now is like, so practically speaking, what's the point in the whole entire manga? Like, is there resolutions to this whole entire thing? Because clearly now it's spans the whole entire works towards the end goal. The end goal itself is basically now redundant because the Gun Devil doesn't die. Yeah, essentially. So technically speaking, they can just die there and come back. It's one of those things that you kind of wonder. The end goal to this whole entire manga is pointless because there's no way in hell, pardon the pun, that they actually can in theory take down the Gun Devil. Unless the only thing they can in theory do is actually the only thing they can in theory do is kind of, I guess, is the key to the whole entire thing Denji dying? That's the thing. Yeah, that's also the whole entire thing. The chainsaw killed them all as well. But is the whole entire thing is the key to everything possibly that if, say, I don't know, Denji dies, then the whole entire thing goes back to normality. So theoretically speaking, it paints a losing game for the whole entire protagonist as well, because the protagonist actually has no way to get out. Theoretically speaking, he's just basically stuck in a perpetual loop of just being evidently killed, I guess. And now even more so, the whole entire thing with the assassins coming after him is like kind of painting the idea that, yeah, it doesn't really bode well for his character. His character is literally on the verge of basically just dying. And essentially the whole entire thing is leading to this idea that possibly, maybe, that is the best outcome. I don't know, that's just how I saw the chapter before, and actually now, more going into this chapter, it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. But that's the thing. I guess that's true as well. But I kind of wonder whether or not Denji, if Denji were to actually kind of die, does that actually solve the whole entire issue, or whether or not the heart is actually kind of the issue itself. And then also, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's an interesting kind of it's an interesting way to actually kind of take the whole entire narrative now, because there's no clear distinction to whether or not there actually can in theory be a resolution to this whole entire manga that leads to either one of them surviving. I don't know, I could be wrong. Maybe there is a kind of resolution that does in theory actually kind of change the whole entire thing. But yeah, I know, it's an interesting thing to do. Because beforehand, there's always this idea that the Gun Devil will be taken down. The Gun Devil is kind of like, yeah. We do actually. Probably just died for a second now. But yeah, the other thing to know is actually, as I said beforehand, the thing with Denji just then as well, it's interesting because essentially Denji's character is literally just a one-trick pony that if you just know what to say to him, he will in theory just kind of spring into action. And it kind of it does play upon the whole entire idea of him actually kind of thinks to himself, I don't want to be with anyone because basically everyone wants me dead. And it's one of those things that it kind of paints this idea that he's very easily manipulated, and especially the chapter before and chapter now is kind of proving that whole entire idea. Possibly. That does actually sound probably like the best course of action, I guess. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be a really long arc of actually kind of mostly fighting. I take it because it kind of seems like that. And then probably in the meantime actually probably get some exposition that might in theory kind of deal with certain things we need to learn about. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's one of those things that every arc has to kind of allow the character to learn something at the end of it, I guess. But Denji hasn't learned anything, because Denji's basically reverted back to who he was beforehand. He's essentially just kind of become who he was. He's reverted back to zero, but not in the sense of like, oh, okay, everyone wants me dead, so basically fuck everyone in this whole entire manga. No, he's basically just kind of he's kind of shrugged his shoulders and kind of continued, and actually kind of basically done the exact same thing he's done beforehand. So it kind of paints this idea that who is Denji towards this whole entire yeah, Makima kind of just destroyed it. Like, she kind of just steamrolled the whole entire thing twice, no less. Steamrolled it with killing off Reze, and actually now steamrolled it by saying, look, we're going to Enoshima. It's kind of like one of those things of you just want to go to and go, bro, what is the point? Like, you just kind of had this massive speech about saying, oh, bro, look at me, I hate everyone, everyone's gonna die, and then he's kind of like, yeah, boys gonna trip with Makima. It's kind of like, weren't you just saying you hated everyone a minute ago? And now actually kind of just, I don't know, but I kind of see why that's also the point to what they're doing as well. There's a point to why they're doing all these kind of things. That's the thing. But it's interesting that he actually has reverted back to essentially zero. He hasn't learned, he hasn't developed, he hasn't done anything. He just kind of went to square one, but not in the kind of conventional sense. That's the thing to note. It's not a conventional sense of like the square one character. It's more the fact of the characters in the world are actually kind of destroying everything he's trying so hard to convey. Which is actually kind of interesting, but it's kind of interesting that last little bit where Aki just goes, yeah, it's not cancelled, it's postponed. And it's just one of those things that Denji's like, wait a second, so that's all we have to do. So, and then it's kind of one of those things that's just like, so that's all it takes for his character to actually spring into action. Like, just have that end goal for him with one character. That's all that matters. Everything else is just basically just, it's just something that you can actually canon fully do. So I don't know. It's interesting now, I'd say. It's a very interesting manga, especially for Denji's character more than anything, because it's just sort of got to a point that it's kind of like he zigzags a lot, but not in the conventional sense, because it's kind of one of those things that it's not a narratively driven kind of development. It's more the fact that the characters are kind of destroying him. So basically, he's perpetuating his own kind of irony in a way. Essentially, he's perpetuating his own irony because he's basically saying, "Look, I don't care. Everyone wants me dead." But now he's like, "Makima's cool." I'm like, bro. So yeah, I feel like this will probably be. I'd agree. I think this actually probably will be the kind of the turning point. This will be like kind of the ones where the cogs start turning, especially for a certain amount of the characters in this manga as well. I don't think this one to be. It's interesting that the actual previous arc basically is in theory wasted, but it's wasted differently than what's normally done, and yeah, and essentially now we kind of get to the point that death flags are raised for pretty much everyone at this point, and also Denji's basically kind of almost on a death flag himself, as well. So I don't know whether or not he will learn something that actually might in theory change the course of the narrative again, like what happened in the previous arc. Or it might in theory just kind of deal with the whole entire idea of him basically just destroying everyone to get to Enoshima. But in a way, we're basically mirroring the first arc, in a way, and essentially, but in a different kind of way. Because the first arc was all about him touching boobs. This one's all about him getting Enoshima to actually be with Makima. So technically, we are mirroring the first arc. So technically, it feels a lot like Bleach in a way. Bleach actually had the Soul Society arc, which actually then was mirrored in the Wakamundo and subsequently the Espada arc as well. So theoretically speaking, it's interesting like change. Like it's kind of just it's mirroring each other, but in a kind of different way. So who knows what we actually might learn? I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, that is me done for today. So probably as time goes on, these are. Yeah, that's true. God, I'm dying slightly. I wonder that too, to be honest, because Makima's kind of like Makima's kind of like the character we don't really know whether or not she will survive. It would be interesting if she actually does die, because then what's Denji got left to live for at this point? He's got nothing left to live for. He's basically just there. He's existing. He's just vibing in the corner somewhere. Like he has no one left at that point. Like Reze's dead, Makima's dead. Who does he have left to live for? I guess unless that's what he needs. Because it does in theory kind of yeah, because it does in theory actually kind of it does mention in the previous chapter about how his heart was basically destroyed. Actually, you won't be able to feel any sense of happiness or anything like that ever again. So I'm guessing possibly Makima dying might actually kind of enact that whole entire idea. I don't know. Who knows? That's a good question. What would happen if Makima actually dies in this arc? If she does die, that is. We don't know if she will or will not. That's the thing. We don't really know who Makima even is. That's the question. We don't know. It's all a mystery, as they say. But yeah, I mean, we have to wait next Sunday, I guess, now. I actually can cover it on a Sunday now. It's only actually 3 PM. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I kind of will probably cover these on a Sunday now. If anything changes, it'll be Monday, so don't worry about it. It won't be that much of a difference. But yeah, with all that said, I've indeed been the driver. If you have enjoyed this whole entire streams as a whole on Twitch, then do leave a follow on Twitch, because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed this whole entire streams as a whole on YouTube and doing free, leave a like on YouTube, because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream on YouTube, which wants a bit longer, then do indeed leave a sub on YouTube, because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream, which wants a bit longer, the whole entire point, then doing free, follow me on Twitter, or join my Discord as well. Both will tell you when these streams are live and the other streams I do as well. But until next time, we're chapter 55 of Chainsaw Man. See you guys later. Bye for now.